If you search online for how to make a girl like you, you'll hear the same recycled advice repeated over and over again. Get in better shape. Make more money. Learn advanced seduction techniques. Memorize the right lines. Master body language tricks. Optimize your text messages. It all sounds convincing at first. It feels actionable. It gives you something to do. But when you look at real life, something doesn't add up. Most men who enter healthy relationships and naturally attract women don't have model-level bodies. They're not billionaires. They're not running complex psychological strategies in their heads during every conversation. In fact, many of them have none of these things. They're average in appearance. Their income is ordinary. Their conversational skills are simple. So what's the truth? The truth is simple, and most men never hear it. Attracting women is far easier than you've been led to believe. The problem is not that attraction is complicated. The problem is that you've been taught to focus on the wrong things. If you strip away the superficial advice and return to the core principles of attraction, everything becomes clear. Once you understand these principles, your entire approach changes. You stop forcing. You stop performing. You start allowing. When I was in university, I was like most guys. I tried hard to get girls to like me. I tried to impress them. I rehearsed what I would say. I adjusted my personality depending on who I was talking to. If she liked music, I suddenly loved that genre. If she liked fitness, I exaggerated my gym routine. I believed that if I just presented the right version of myself, attraction would follow. It didn't. No matter how much effort I put in, the results were the same. Disinterest, rejection, being ignored. I would walk away replaying conversations in my head, wondering what line I messed up, what joke didn't land, what moment ruined my chances. Then one day, a friend gave me a book. I finished it in a week. When I closed it, it felt like a fog had lifted from my mind. I realized something that most men never truly understand. Attraction is not something you force, it's something you allow. The more you try to manufacture it, the more it slips away. The more you chase it, the more it runs. But when you create the right internal conditions, attraction happens almost effortlessly. Listen carefully, because what I'm about to explain can genuinely change your life. Attraction is a state of mind. This is the most important truth you must understand. Success with women is not primarily about looks, money, or techniques. It is about your internal state. What exists in your mind shapes your behavior. Your behavior shapes how women feel around you. And women respond to feelings, not logic. Remember this sentence: she feels what you feel. Women do not judge you mainly by your appearance, your words, or even your financial status. They judge you by the emotional state you project. If you feel nervous, insecure, or unworthy, she will feel it instantly, even if you say all the right things. If you feel calm, grounded, and self-assured, she will feel that too. This is why nervous men get rejected and relaxed men don't. The relaxed man isn't necessarily better looking. He isn't necessarily richer. But he feels comfortable in his own skin, and that emotional comfort transfers. One of the most damaging habits men have is putting women on a pedestal. They treat her like she's rare, superior, almost above them, before she's done anything to earn that status. This usually comes from a silent belief: I'm not good enough, so he compensates. He becomes extra polite, extra attentive, extra eager. He laughs a little too hard at her jokes. He agrees with everything she says. He showers her with compliments. He tries to signal value instead of embodying it. Here's the irony: the more you try to impress her, the less impressed she becomes. The best way to impress a woman is not trying to impress her at all. When you stop seeking her approval, something unexpected happens. She starts seeking yours. Most women are used to men trying to win them over. They've seen the compliments, the free drinks, the constant texting, the exaggerated politeness. It's predictable. So when a man behaves differently, when he's relaxed, playful, and not emotionally invested from the start, It stands out. Imagine two scenarios. In the first, a man walks up and says, "Can I buy you a drink?" She replies, "I'm good, thanks." Silence. The interaction collapses because it was built entirely on seeking approval. In the second, a man asks, "What's the best drink here?" She gives an answer. He smiles and says, "Nice. You should buy me one." He's not begging. He's not trying to win her validation. He's playful. Unexpected behavior creates curiosity. Curiosity creates attraction. Approval seeking is rooted in low self-esteem. A man who constantly seeks validation is silently saying, "I need you to like me." And that neediness is felt instantly. Here's the mental journey of an approval seeker. He sees an attractive woman and thinks, "She's amazing. I hope this goes well," when he tightens up. He tries too hard. He edits himself. He sacrifices his natural confidence to avoid rejection. Now imagine what she feels. He's doing everything to impress me. It feels forced. It's boring. The moment a woman senses that you need her approval, attraction fades. Attraction cannot exist where neediness does. Men who naturally attract women share one key trait. They are detached from the outcome. They do not tie their self-worth to whether a woman likes them or not. Rejection does not devastate them. It doesn't define them. It's simply part of the process. Picture two reactions. A man says, "Hey, how are you?" She replies, "Go away." He immediately apologizes, looks embarrassed, and leaves defeated. Now imagine the same opening, same rejection. He smiles and says, "Wow, someone woke up on the wrong side of life today. My mum warned me about angry birds. I'm out." Then he walks away, amused. Who stayed in control? When you're not emotionally invested, you remain playful, confident, and grounded. You don't crumble. You don't overreact. You don't internalize every negative response as a verdict on your value. Stop rewarding beauty alone. Physical beauty is not earned. So why do men treat beautiful women as if they deserve special treatment simply for existing? The moment you become jittery or overly nice just because she's attractive, you signal inferiority. Instead, treat beauty as neutral. Appreciate it, but don't elevate it. You might say casually, "A friend of mine says it's hard to find intelligent women. Beauty's everywhere these days. Intelligence is rare." Now watch what happens internally. She's not used to this framing. She wonders how you see her. She wonders whether she meets that standard. She becomes curious about your perception, not because you insulted her, but because you didn't hand out validation freely. Men who struggle operate from scarcity. They think, "This might be my only chance. I can't mess this up." Men who succeed operate from abundance. They think, "There are many women. I choose." Imagine walking into a restaurant craving chicken soup. They don't have it. They don't have vegetable soup either. Only tomato. So you settle. Most men do the same with women. They settle, not because they truly want to, but because they don't believe they have options. A man who understands attraction does not settle. He chooses principles over people. A high-value man places his principles above everything, including women. He does not compromise who he is out of fear of losing someone. If a woman threatens to leave during an argument, the average man panics. He apologizes instantly. He submits. He betrays his own values just to keep her. A grounded man stays calm. Maybe we're not compatible. And if necessary, he walks away. He knows his worth. Effort creates value. We value what we work for. This applies to relationships. When a woman has to earn your attention, when you are selective rather than desperate, she becomes emotionally invested. This does not mean being cold. It means being intentional. Compare two statements. "You're really pretty," versus "You're attractive, but I'm not sure we'd get along. You seem too well behaved for me." The second creates emotional tension. She starts thinking, why wouldn't we get along? What does he mean? What does he see in me? Curiosity ignites attraction. Never reshape your life to fit a woman. One of the biggest mistakes men make is abandoning their routines, hobbies, and opinions to accommodate someone they barely know. That is emotional self-betrayal. When you change yourself to gain approval, you signal that her validation matters more than your authenticity. If she doesn't accept you as you are, she's not right for you. A strong man does not adapt his core identity to secure affection. He invites someone into his life as it is. If she wants to stay, she aligns with it. Abundance is the final key. There is no shortage of attractive women in this world. When you understand this deeply, you stop obsessing over one person. You stop chasing. You stop begging. If one woman leaves, another will come. This mindset changes everything. It changes your posture, your tone, your eye contact. You no longer approach interactions as a test you must pass. You approach them as an experience to explore. This is not just dating advice. It is a mental shift. When you stop chasing approval and start valuing yourself, attraction follows naturally. But theory without practice is useless. You must apply this. You must face rejection without collapsing. You must speak without overthinking. You must hold your standards without fear. At first, it will feel uncomfortable. Your old patterns will try to pull you back into approval seeking. But each time you choose calm over neediness, confidence over desperation, authenticity over performance, you reinforce a new identity. Over time, your presence changes. Your energy shifts. Conversations feel lighter. Women respond differently, not because you learned magic lines, but because you changed internally. Attraction is not complicated. It is a reflection of your state of mind. Master that state. Hold your principles. Move with calm certainty. Live from abundance. And you'll discover that what once felt difficult begins to unfold naturally, without force, without chasing, without fear. And once you truly internalize this shift, you begin to notice something subtle but powerful. Your interactions stop feeling like performances. You're no longer stepping into conversations with an agenda. You're not trying to win. You're not trying to secure validation. You're simply present. Presence is rare, and rarity creates value. Most men walk into interactions already mentally 10 steps ahead. They're thinking about how to get her number, how to plan the next date, how to avoid saying the wrong thing. Their body may be in front of her, but their mind is racing in the future. That tension leaks into their voice, their posture, their facial expressions. A grounded man stays where his feet are. He listens fully. He responds naturally. He allows pauses instead of rushing to fill silence. He doesn't panic when the conversation slows down. Silence doesn't threaten him because his worth isn't tied to constant stimulation. This alone separates you from the majority. Think about how most conversations go. The approval seeker tries to entertain. He tells bigger stories. He exaggerates achievements. He subtly name drops. He overlaughs. He monitors her reactions like a scientist watching an experiment. And ironically, the harder he tries to create attraction, the more mechanical he feels. Attraction thrives in authenticity. It dies in performance. When you're centered, you don't feel the need to impress. You're not trying to prove you're interesting. You assume that if she's paying attention, it's because she's already somewhat curious. And if she's not, that's fine too. Detachment from outcome doesn't mean indifference. It means emotional independence. You can enjoy the interaction without needing it to lead somewhere specific. That freedom changes your tone completely. Your words slow down. Your smile becomes natural instead of forced. Your body language relaxes. And here's something most men misunderstand. Women are extremely sensitive to congruence. Congruence means alignment between what you say and what you feel. If you say, "I'm confident," but internally you're worried about being rejected, that contradiction is felt. If you say, "I don't care," but you clearly care deeply about the outcome, that tension shows. The goal is not to fake confidence. It's to build it internally, so your external behavior reflects it naturally. Confidence isn't loud, it's stable. It's the ability to express your opinion without hostility. It's the ability to disagree without anxiety. It's the ability to walk away without resentment. Many men believe they must dominate conversations to appear strong. They interrupt. They argue aggressively. They try to outshine. But true strength is calm. It doesn't need to overpower. When you're secure, you can let her talk. You can let her disagree. You can even let her test you. Tests are another reality most men encounter but misunderstand. Sometimes a woman will challenge you lightly. She may tease you. She may question your statement. She may act slightly dismissive to gauge your reaction. The insecure man reacts defensively. He explains himself excessively. He tries to regain approval. The grounded man stays playful. If she says, "You're probably trouble," he doesn't rush to defend his character. He might smile and say, "Only on weekends." Then he continues the conversation as if nothing was threatened. Why does this work? Because you're signaling emotional stability. You're showing that her opinion doesn't shake your foundation. That steadiness is attractive because it communicates safety and strength at the same time. Another important principle is selective investment. Time and attention are your most valuable currencies. When you give them freely to someone who hasn't earned them, you lower their perceived value. But when you're selective, when your attention must be reciprocated, investment becomes mutual. If she takes hours to respond repeatedly, you don't double text. You don't chase. You match energy. Not to play games, but to maintain balance. Balance is critical. If you lean too far forward while she leans back, the dynamic collapses. Attraction requires tension, not pressure. Tension is created when both people are leaning slightly toward each other, not when one is sprinting while the other stands still. You also must understand that mystery fuels interest. This doesn't mean being secretive or dishonest. It means not oversharing immediately. The approval seeker unloads his entire life story within the first hour because he's trying to create intimacy artificially. He believes that more information equals more connection. It doesn't. Connection grows through gradual discovery. Leave space for curiosity. Let her ask questions. Let her wonder about aspects of your life. When you don't reveal everything at once, you remain intriguing. Scarcity increases perceived value. This is why abundance thinking is so powerful. When you genuinely believe there are many potential partners, you stop clinging. Your energy shifts from "please choose me" to "let's see if we align." That shift is magnetic. Imagine two men on a date. The first is subtly nervous. He's already imagining a relationship. He's mentally calculating compatibility, worrying about saying the wrong thing. He laughs too quickly. He compliments excessively. He tries to secure a second date before the first one ends. The second is calm. He enjoys the moment. He doesn't rush physical escalation, but he's not afraid of light touch if the vibe supports it. He speaks clearly about his interests. He listens with curiosity. He doesn't promise anything. He doesn't pressure anything. Which one feels safer? Which one feels stronger? Strength is not intensity. It's composure. And composure comes from self-worth. If your self-worth depends on external approval, every interaction becomes high stakes. But if your self-worth is internally anchored, interactions become experiences rather than evaluations. You must build a life outside of dating. This is essential. If a woman becomes the most exciting part of your week immediately, she will feel that weight. If your schedule revolves around her availability, she will sense that she has become your primary source of stimulation. But when you have purpose, fitness goals, career ambition, hobbies, friendships. She becomes a complement to your life, not the center of it. This is attractive because it communicates independence. Independence does not mean emotional coldness. It means wholeness. When two whole individuals come together, the dynamic is strong. When one incomplete person tries to fill a void with another, the dynamic becomes fragile. Remember, she feels what you feel. If you feel like you're interviewing for approval, she'll feel like the judge. If you feel like you're evaluating compatibility, she'll feel the balance. Balance leads to respect, and respect sustains attraction far longer than excitement alone. As you internalize these principles, your interactions shift naturally. You don't need rehearsed lines. You don't need manipulation. You don't need to outcompete other men. You simply need to embody stability, authenticity, and abundance. From there, everything else begins to align.